So I wanted to make part 2 of this video. We were talking yesterday, and you said, some of you said, Mr. Young, how do we make the hole for the smokestack? And I said, well, that's a really good question. I didn't show that in the video. So let me do that. Let me take a minute and do that. And I'm also going to put the holes on the side. You can see here that I did go ahead and off camera, go ahead and fillet the edges of the entire train. Just as per the drawing, as per what I talked to you yesterday about. It is all filleted in there nice and smooth. So anyways, on with what we're going to do here for today for part 2 of this train body video. Part 2 of the train body, it's the purpose behind doing this train body is to give you some CAD skills. So you use a whole lot of different skills to make a relatively simple design. So the idea is that we have to put a hole up here. Well, we can't just create a sketch on this surface because it won't let us. So what that does, whoops, now I've gone and done it. And oh man, hit the pause. And that's what happens whenever you click too much. Anyways, the tool that I want to use is the plane tool today. So if we hit the down arrow underneath the plane tool, we can see that we have a bunch of different options. We can offset from a plane. Well, I always hear, what plane are we offsetting from? So if you chose this one, you would offset from one of these planes, and you could go an inch or however far you wanted to go. We've got really just a couple of different options. Down here is the option that we're going to choose, the one that makes the most sense. Now, could you do this another way? Absolutely. You could offset from a plane and offset it. You could do it another way. You could figure out another way. This is the way that I choose to do it. Definitely, if you see a different way, then feel free to use that way. But tangent to surface, parallel to plane. Okay, so tangent means at the edge of a circle. So that's allowing me to select that circle. And then I have to come over here and I have to select which plane I want it to be. Well, I want it to come up from the bottom. Whoops. Let's undo that. I did not do that correctly. There we go. So now why did that do it that way? That should not have done that. Anyways, let's start that process over so that I can show you exactly from start to finish what it looks like. I did screw it up. It just so you know that sometimes you click something that you don't think you're clicking. So here we go. This is what's going to let us do it. Rather than selecting the planes from the left, it just kind of hovered over. Don't be in a big hurry. Drag over and see what the program is going to let you do. All right, so all I've done is I've created a new spot where I can create a sketch. I forget the dimensions for this hole, but let me go back here and look that up. Right here. Okay, so it is 0.875 in and a ½ inch diameter, ¼ inch deep. So 0.875 in. So I'm just going to grab this. I got my dot here so that I know that I am on the center. The hole is centered. 0.875. I'm just keying that into the keyboard. Okay, so there we go. I'm ready to finish the sketch. It's really all I needed is a spot. We come up here. I'm going to go to my hole tool. I'm just going to say, where would you like your hole? And I'm going to say right there. And it's going to say, what direction do you want to go? And I want to go the opposite direction, but I want to go a specified distance. I want to go the opposite direction. I would want to go, I forget those dimensions, but we can look back. It is a ½ inch deep. That's what this symbol means. Or ½ inch wide and a ¼ inch deep. ½ inch wide, ¼ inch deep. Now this one is a little bit different in that we don't want that, see that angled part down here? We want to change this to a flat bottom hole, and all this does is change. Look at the change here, right here. That's where the change is happening. That's the one we want. Click apply. There's our hole. Except that looks really small. Not really sure what I did there. Let's double click on that. You can always, if you have something you're not sure of, because I flipped my dimensions. It is 0.25 deep and 0.5 wide. That looks better. Okay, so I just have my dimensions transposed. So if you don't want to look at this work plane anymore, because it will stay there, it will always kind of be there, you can turn, whoops, wrong button. You can always right-click here and uncheck the word visibility. All right, the last and final step is to create the holes. I'm going to create them just on one side so you don't have to watch me create them both. Be the same procedure. So the first hole is a 1/2 inch up, 1 inch in. So we'll come back here. We have a sketch we've created here. So 1/2 inch up, 0.5, 1 inch in. Whoops, that didn't do quite what we wanted it to do. Okay, there's our first hole. And then the other one is an additional, no, it is 4.5 from the end. So let's do this a different way. We'll just go here, we'll finish our sketch, and we'll grab our hole tool. I forget the dimensions of those holes because I am forgetful. Okay, so this is the weird one. So this is actually going to be a threaded hole, but the part that we're concerned with right now is this part. So this is to read this dimension, you say 1/4 inch UNC. So 1/4 inch is the diameter, and then this is basically the number of threads that it will have. So like think like a screw or a bolt. And then 875, and then the X4 just means that all 4 of these holes, this one, and the 2 on the opposite side that you can't see, are the same. So 1/4 inch and 875 deep. So we'll come back here, change this to 0.875. It's already to 1/4 inch. We're gonna say bam. And we're gonna come back, and we're gonna do another sketch, and we're going to grab our line tool. Right to here. We're going to come straight across. I think it was 4.5. I better double check that. Yep, 4.5. 4.5. Enter. Finish our sketch. And we can do another hole. It should even keep this stuff the same. Blam. We're done. Now we're just going to rotate this guy on around here. We're going to do the same thing on this side, and then we'll have our complete train body.